What's up, dude? Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So, okay, normally I don't like shower early in the day, but I've been filming my videos at night so I can use like my my purple light behind me because I think it makes the videos a little bit more, I don't know, just like nicer to look at, I guess. I don't know. But anyways, I like filming like at night in the evenings when the sun has gone down because the sun sets right over my shoulder. So sometimes having the light come in right behind my head is not a good look. But today I was around a lot of animals and hair and my allergies were really kicking in. So as soon as I got home, I had to take a shower, and I hate showering in the morning because my hair dries weird. And then tomorrow it's going to be greasy even though it's freshly cleaned. I don't know. It's a whole thing. I'm sorry, you guys literally don't care, but I just kind of felt the need to explain. Anyways, that does not matter. Let's jump into today's video. So TikTok user at engineer.everything has racked up over 500,000 followers because she's been building a tunnel under her home. And I'm sure you're thinking like, oh, well that's not like super weird. She probably lives out of town, has a lot of acreage. No, she does not. Actually, she lives in a suburban home with neighbors around and not a ton of space like you would think someone would have who's digging a tunnel under their house.
It's just been over a year since I started building my underground tunnel system. This is a 1-year recap. In August of 22, I cut an opening off the side of the sub-basement and started to carve into the solid rock. Fabricated an elevator to lift material. 1,000 pounds at a time. As the entrance tunnel stretched longer and deeper, I bought an electric yard cart and converted it into a mine cart. I used hundreds of concrete blocks and yards of hand-mixed concrete for the 30-foot entrance tunnel. As it got deeper underground, I ran into a lot of groundwater and a spring which made work harder and required constant pumping. Eventually, I set up a sump basin and a pump which is keeping the system dry. Set up a blower and air duct for ventilation. The main chamber is 22 feet below ground, and I set up rebar lattice work and a steel form to pour concrete with a trailer pump. One of the forms failed and the concrete bulge needed to be removed, which was affectionately called the elephant's foot. There is still a lot of work left to do, but I am having a blast and enjoying sharing this project with you.
So it started on October 23rd, 2022 when Kayla, 37 years old, posted her first TikTok video, and in that video she explains how she's decided to embark on a new and complex project. I'm planning to construct a storm shelter off the side of my basement. That's not like super weird. I feel like you'd probably just have to like get some permits and whatnot, but other than that I don't think that's very strange. But what it evolves into gets weird. So since starting her journey, Kayla has been referred to as Kayla the Science Girl and Tunnel Girl, Tunnel Woman, and honestly she embraces all of the nicknames that the internet gives her, which I think is pretty cool actually. So it's suspected that Kayla lives in Northern Virginia. No one wants to post her actual address because that's doxing and you cannot do that. So it's just suspected that she lives in Northern Virginia. We don't actually know for sure. So this isn't like some little project that Kayla is now working on. She's built archways, reinforced the tunnels, and even put a cart in the tunnel to move material and then like throw rocks and stuff out the window out the side of her house so that she can dig more out.
I always overload this Landworks minecart. Perhaps that is why the dump handle is failing. The tube is all mangled up, no longer latches. That will be fixed with some solid hex bar. First step, I need to remove the old handle. I'm planning to use these tools to fabricate a new one. The hex is probably overkill, and I thought it was hollow when I ordered it, but no problem. The hydraulic pipe bender is working great. This rosebud torch is also helping a lot. Pretty good. After 2 hours of freehand drilling holes, the bolts actually line up, but it is crooked. This is a disaster. I'm so outraged with myself. The next day I will attempt twisting it. Alright, it's twisted. It's much better now, and I am able to attach the latch mechanism. There we have it. Better than new. Wonderful. All rough and ready to get back to mining.
There's a spiral staircase leading to her basement, and she has multiple mine shafts all under her home. The tunnel has been reinforced by concrete blocks as well.
One of the most interesting aspects of building a tunnel system under my suburban home is all the hands-on skills I had to either learn or improve. The main building material for constructing a tunnel is, of course, concrete. I used blocks, mortar, and many cubic yards of poured or pumped concrete. Tied rebar in different configurations and learned new techniques for placing concrete. Before this project, I had very little experience with electrical and had to learn a lot of new stuff. In fact, I used to consider it magic, which it basically kind of is. A mechanical system was needed to ventilate the mine shaft and scrub dust and fumes. Some pump dewatering and other utilities required a lot of plumbing. I got to do a lot of fabrication to build forms, repair equipment, and make custom stuff. One of the reasons for this project is to take on challenges and learn new things. I am indebted to the community here for many useful ideas and feedback.
According to Kayla, the main chamber is 22 feet beyond the ground, like underneath. At one point, there was a fire that was caused by welding steel forms, so that's how serious of a project this is now. She has taken some safety precautions since the fire, so I believe that now she has a friend or somebody watch for a fire of any sort. Now, keep in mind, this is all happening on TikTok, so getting like the most accurate information is a little bit difficult because you have to dig through hundreds of videos. So I'm trying to get the most accurate information for you and have it kind of in a timeline type form. Kayla has received millions of views on her videos as well as lots of comments. Some are really encouraging of her, but more seem to be on the side of like, hey, what are you doing? You're causing damage to the structural integrity to your neighbors' homes. Are you still under your property or have you started kind of getting over into your neighbor's property? It also kind of brings up another really good question. Like, how far below the surface do you own? Do you own all of it? I would assume so, but it's just kind of something I just thought of. Anyways, the tunnel project has actually been shut down after gaining popularity and people are becoming a little bit more aware of what's going on and kind of the legal ramifications of it.
Good morning. I need a moment to pull over. Just give me a second. Are you sure that's what they said? They're from the city? Yeah, I'm not available right now. Can you see if they'll come back tomorrow? Yeah, 10 o'clock. That's fine. Okay, bye. Hello.
Good morning, how you doing?
Good morning.
I don't know if you remember me. I'm Jack Smith.
Yes.
Town of Bayport, building official. This is Jimmy Jones with the zoning department and Brian with inspections.
What can I do for you?
We have some complaints. Basically, there's some construction going on. And we were just here, basically, to find out if there is and see what needs to be done.
What kind of construction?
Basically, they said it's excavation. That you're pulling stuff out of the basement.
Yeah, a little bit.
Can we go down and take a look?
Sure.
Okay.
So they did give me a stop work order and are requiring an immediate evaluation by a professional engineer. Fortunately, contrary to few rumors here, it is constructed entirely below the slab of my house, and it shouldn't be too hard to get the permits and approval. So we'll be working on that.
Which it's like, if the permits weren't that hard to get approved, why didn't you just do that in the first place? I don't know, could just be me. One of Kayla's goals was to evacuate. Oh, I don't know why I keep wanting to say evacuate. No, one of Kayla's first goals was to excavate stone and then use it to create a castle-like exterior on her house, or use them to like build a castle. I don't know, I've heard both. So most of Kayla's neighbors are migrants from Central America, and they're totally unaware of the project until an investigative journalist, I think her name is pronounced Aura Bogado, reached out to them for comment. That was the first they had ever heard of this whole thing happening right next door to them. The neighbors had heard loud noises and there would be random shaking, but they didn't know that it was because of Kayla and her mining project. Several neighbors expressed to me that they were worried about reporting anything because they didn't want to get entangled with immigration authorities and they didn't want to be deported, Aura said in a TikTok video on December 30th. So those are some of the stakes for the neighbors here, which does make sense. I understand why they maybe wouldn't want to bring their concerns up. So Kayla is not a mechanical engineer. She's more of like a computer engineer, according to GD Chromosaur, a geologist on TikTok. So she doesn't have any mechanical engineering. It's mainly computer based. So she's an engineer, just not one that should be doing this kind of stuff on her own, maybe. On December 28th, Kayla posted a video and said that she was visited by 3 city officials and they allegedly told her that they received complaints about her project and gave her a stop work order and then ordered an evaluation by an engineer. Like I said, this is not a small project that Kayla's been working on. It's very extensive and there would be a lot of ramifications if something went poorly or like went bad or she did something incorrectly. So this should not be taken lightly, and I feel like if you're gonna do this sort of a project, you probably should have just gotten the permits in the first place. It would save you a lot of headache. I don't know, but anyways, that is kind of the situation with Kayla the engineer. If you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up down below and don't forget to subscribe if you want. If not, totally cool. Thanks for hanging out with me. But I am curious to see what you guys think about this, or if you've heard of this story at all. Definitely let me know down below. But that is it for me today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will be back on Monday with another video. Bye guys.